What's up, everybody? Super sorry about that. Technical difficulties here. Technical difficulties. Let's go away. Let's go away. Still having some technical difficulties, but we'll get this underway. So yeah, that was a struggle. That was a struggle and a half. Apple decided to do a massive update to my streaming computer. The camera looks crooked, but we'll figure that out as we go. So what's up, everybody? How's it going? Yeah, a little bit of computer issues, so we're starting 7 minutes late, but hopefully it's worth the wait. Again, we're talking NOGI takedowns today, okay? We're gonna be doing some entries. We're gonna be blending Judo, blending wrestling, all that sorts of stuff. And just like always, if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys throw it in the comment section below, okay? Or off to the side. I'm not really sure, where it's at for you, but throw it in there. I'll try to get to it, and if you feel like I missed it or I skipped over it, don't worry about it. Just keep throwing it into the comments, and hopefully I catch it and I see it. Okay, but we're gonna be doing some NOGI takedowns, blending our Judo, our wrestling, and our BJJ all together to make sure that we can effectively take some people down. And we're gonna start off with some basic stance work and that kind of stuff. Posture for submission grappling. Do you use more wrestling stance or Judo? That's a great question. That's probably right where we should start, because I was just gonna say, we're gonna be talking about stance and motion. Okay, but for those of you guys who are just here and you don't know because you haven't been here before, I just dropped a new t-shirt. It's right here, judosilencer.com. Go check it out. There's 2 of them. There's hashtag jujitsu is easy. So if you purchase it, make sure you take a picture of it, throw it up on social media, tag me, use the hashtag jujitsu is easy. We are here to uncomplicate the sport everybody in the world is trying to complicate with all their guards. We're gonna break it down and we're gonna keep it super simple. Okay, so hashtag jujitsu is easy. Go check it out. And the other one I got up there is coffee and medals. 2 things that are important. Coffee, medals. Not necessarily in that order, but maybe. I gotta go move this thing because it's actually blocking the comments and it's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. There we go. Now I can see what you guys are saying. Okay. So now that we got all that out, the other thing before we get started, for those of you guys who don't know, okay, if you guys don't know, I'm actually giving away a free jiu-jitsu gi every week on Friday. All you gotta do is go over to fujisports.com, go to the home page, scroll down, you'll see a box. It'll say free gi giveaway. Click it, put your info in, and you'll be entered for a free gi. I'm gonna give away gis for the next 2 weeks on Friday, giving away 2 out each week. Okay? And if you're looking for a Judo gi, you need a new Judo gi, head over to hadashidasports.com. Okay? I'm gonna be also doing it on Friday, giving away 2 gis, 2 Judo gis from Hadashida Sports. Okay? So go check that out. New t-shirts, judosilencer.com, coffee and medals, and hashtag jujitsu is easy because it is. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, stupid simple. Okay, but hey, let's get into this. Okay, so Roberto, we're talking no-gi takedowns. Okay, the fundamental Judo gripping and stuff. Applying it to no-gi, it's a little bit different, but I'm gonna talk about some gripping controls for you. Okay, we're gonna be talking about how to effectively use a collar tie to create some snaps, some push-pull action. Okay, because one of my favorite things to do in wrestling, right, is a front headlock. Okay, I love front headlocks. I love them to death. Okay, that's super important to me, and it's actually what I base like 80% of my wrestling on, front headlock. Okay, especially even for jiu-jitsu. Right, I like to threaten the guillotines. I like to snap down, go behind. I like to throw, take it over, collar tie, pass by, all that kind of fun stuff. I love it. But let's get into some like basic stance and motion. So Frosty here, he's gonna get in like his wrestling, slash jiu-jitsu, because he doesn't really wrestle kind of stance. And then I'll get into mine, and then I'll explain why I do it. And for anybody here that wrestles, you're gonna be like, he has no idea what he's talking about. But don't fret, I kind of do. I'm kind of good at this stuff, okay? So he's in his stance, right? And then let's change the angle. Like, let's just kind of show them what this looks like. So look, face straight into the camera. So use this line to kind of go down the center. Look at his base right now. You notice that it's about shoulder width apart, and it goes right down the center. His head is up, okay? As scary as it may seem for you, when you start off in BJJ, you need the bottom of your chin and neck, this part right here, parallel to the floor at all times. It never tucks. Never do this. Always chin parallel to the floor, okay, when you're grappling. The reason for that, can you scoot down here? Can you just go kneel down? Yeah, kneel and then go head up. If he's just kneeling here, right, and he's short, because all you short, stocky guys are like, man, all I do is get guillotined all day. It's because your chin is not parallel to the floor. So this is the first important detail. If his chin is parallel to the floor and I want to guillotine him, look how far over the top I have to go in order to get this grip. Now, when he turns that corner, right, and he turn the corner, turn. Yeah, he turns that corner, you're instantly going to fall off, right? Because when you look up, it's actually harder to go around that grip. Now, look, if he keeps that chin down, even a little bit, right, at like a 45, what happens is when I go over the top, I can lower my weight here and I can start to drive his head down to finish. If he picks his head up, it drives my hips up, okay? I can't necessarily sink down and get to my own hand, right? I have to lift my hips to get to my hand. So that's step number one when we're talking about posture, is chin parallel to the floor. Okay, back up. The next one that you have to pay attention to when you're wrestling, if you want to take people down, right? Go ahead and get back in your stance, is the stance that they take. Okay, so you can see Frosty's legs are shoulder width apart, his elbows are in, his head is up, okay? Now, can we go sideways? Super important to pay attention to. What's up, Sasaki? What's up? What we're doing right now, guys, is we're breaking down the stances so that when you look at somebody, remember, when you look at somebody, you can actually break this down. So go ahead and go back to that stance. This stance right here, you know what it tells me? Frosty can't shoot, can't take a shot. Because his driving leg, if I asked him to push as far as he can off of it, it's not very far. He can't drive very far, right? He can step and penetrate and come up, but he's not going to cover much distance, right? He's not going to cover much distance. But if he brings that leg in like a loaded gun, now he can cover that distance and take that shot and have a really good penetration step. Okay, so when I'm wrestling with Frosty and we're up here and I see that leg loaded in a position where he could lunge at me, I'm worried about the shot. That's my number one concern. He's about to lower his level and he's about to take a shot, and I got to make sure I uppercut him when he does it. Okay, hands got to be loaded. You got to throw an uppercut. All right, now look, he's in his stance. Whether it's back or whether it's forward, I'm always walking to my left. Look at my hand. It's cocked and loaded, okay? My other hand is defending my lead leg, and I'm here. And you can see my shoulders are turned a little bit because I want to open up this side because I want to be able to throw my weight and cut the corner, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on a simple 1-2 arm drag. Simple 1-2 arm drag, okay? So look, I'm defending that lead leg. I'm walking. I open up my side. Look at me twist and open. The reason for that is I want Frosty to bring his hand up and I want him to peel it off. Perfect. Because now I can change my angle. I can hit my drag and I can go to that waist and I can start to cheat the corner and pull myself around. Okay, so from this angle here, I'm down, I'm walking, I post. Right here, I'm already using my momentum to peel and go. And look at Frosty's back leg is the one that moves because I'm pulling him towards me. Okay, I'm pulling him towards me. 1, 2, pull him towards me. Cheat the corner. Okay? Super, super simple to do. Same thing. If you go here and he peels it, and you go here and he grabs your other wrist, right there. There's that body. Get in close to it. Lock it up. Okay? Super simple. One of the things I have all my students work on, let's go square. All my students work on is beating the elbow line. Okay? Beating the elbow line. You don't want them to bring it back inside and start pummeling in for underhooks, okay? What you want to do is you want to practice a drag and then beat the elbow, okay? So that your head is still high, right? I want him to have to come up and get his arm around me so that when he's light, I can pick him up and run him over. If I go too low and he can just throw that hand around, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to pick him up and then finish that. So you want to make sure that when you drive across, you stand up in the pocket. There, that way it's really difficult for him. And look, as he tries to get that hand up around my neck, he's actually got to bend forward. That's what allows you to turn that corner. Because when I'm here and I drag and I go to the body and he's turning that corner, I can use my head to drive him down and start finishing that takedown, okay? So that's like step number one, pay attention to the stances, okay? Is that back leg loaded or is it back? What's he trying to do, right? Next, we're gonna post on the head, defend the front leg. He peels it, arm drag right here to the waist. Look at my cross step. Look at my cross step, boom. I cheat that corner, okay? If you like collar drags and you're a gi player, hold my wrist, it's 100% okay to step and drag and drop onto that leg so that you can stand back up, peel it, and then take him down, right? All those things are 100% acceptable. We're just working on low stance, moving back leg, front leg, front leg, because when we go front leg, we cross our feet. So back leg, front leg, front leg, okay? You want to work into a square stance so that you can sprawl that hip and get your legs back, okay? Are there any lowering your hips to match his levels and take shots? Or do you consistently have to lower your stance with lower hips? Sam, let's talk about that. Okay, so for me, right, not an Olympic level wrestler, not even D1 wrestler, not even All-American wrestler, but I can keep up with most people, okay? Once you hit that All-American stage for wrestling, you're kind of out of my class. But anything below that, I can pretty much, handle my business, okay, when it comes to wrestling. But with that being said, right, take the easy path, okay? I know a lot of you guys are like, but I want to blast him with a double. But I want to nail him with the front headlock, and they're not giving it to you. Don't force it, okay? Don't force it at all. It's okay that you mix it up a little bit. So if I see somebody with a low stance, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the head. When he picks his head up, I'm going to take a shot to the body, right? I'm going to get that back and forth going. But let's take a look. Let's take a look back to Roberto's question about the gripping and creating movement, okay? Now look, collar tie. This is, by the way, I'm not doing this for wrestling. I just want to show you guys. Collar tie, elbow down. So when Frosty and I are forehead to forehead and we're pushing into each other, one of the things you can do is leave a gap on your collar tie. So I can go right into the neck and I can have good control of his head. And then what I can do is I can start pushing. But look at my hand, how it's limp. Okay, you want to know why people get good snap downs? This is it. They give that little bit of resistance, right? They're here, they're forehead to forehead. I like this side. They're forehead to forehead, controlling that wrist. Go ahead and engage. Yeah, there you go. They're forehead to forehead. And look at my hand. See how I give it that little bit? Boom. And then you can hit them. You can hit them. Get out. Get out. Intruders. We're in the middle of COVID and people just walking into the gym. People are crazy, especially this gym. I'll beat the crap out of you. Look, we're here, right? Hands up, down, up, down. So when we're walking around and I'm getting that good resistance, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to slip that hand. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, boom, change my stance and bring his head down, okay? When I'm here, I change that stance. I club heavy, right? One, change that stance to hit that heavy club. Push them, push them. And then what I do is we pop them, boom, through the hole. Now I can get to the body, right? Remember, clear the elbows, get to the body. Clear the elbows, get to the body. Here, controlling that wrist. Look at, here's that opening, right through that hole. Right through that hole. We pass his head, we take that shot, we get to the body, we get to the legs, okay? Super, super simple motion for everybody. Could you so low single and double leg reversal Sumi Gaishi? Yeah, we could do that. Rabbit punch, slap, the back of the head, real subtle. No, you can't do that. People will catch on to you doing that, and then they'll stop what they're doing. When you see wrestlers, right, when you see those like freakish, like they slap each other in the face out of nowhere, that's why, because people are just smacking the back of the head or posting on, like there's a difference between posting and like posting. right? You want to make sure you do it in a controlled fashion. So one of the things I like to do, right, Chris, one of the things I like to do is when I have this tie and I have good wrist control, even if my partner's trying to come up, a lot of times I'll C-grip that elbow and play defense with my elbow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive. I'm going to step in and I'm going to drive for his leg. Boom, he's going to step back to get out of the way. And right there, I change my stance again right into my front headlock, and I can go underhook if he frees his head, okay? It's a super simple, like 1, 2, 3 combination that pretty much anybody can hit, right? So I'm controlling his wrist and I'm here. I let go and I shoot. He backs up. I change my stance and I defend my lead leg again because this hand is defending my other one, right? So I can go guillotine. I can run the corner, okay? I can jump triangle, Edwin Najimi style. Not me, but, you know, just in general. Get out.
I need to get my keys.
Get out.
Right on the set.
Get out. Man, people, out. Any details on controlling the tie? When does his head position pose a problem? His head position poses a problem when he's not directly in front of you, okay? So when me and Frosty are forehead to forehead, this is good. What's bad, like I can't get to his legs and he can't get to mine. But if I can slip his head and then move it, now I can get to his body and his legs and I can penetrate through that position, okay? So head position, super key. That's why I like posting on the head, especially for jiu-jitsu guys, because it keeps them at bay, right? Post, change the stance, right? He looks back, boom, slap, front headlock, changing the stance again. Look, post, change your stance, change your hand. My leg goes back. When he brings that head back, I roll and I pass his head and I change my stance again to go front headlock. Okay, remember, you can't let them get to your legs. You cannot let them get to your legs unless you're like me and you got a good Sumi back the other side. Okay, look. 1, 2, he looks the other way. 3, right here. Look, right here. Auto defense. Auto defense. It doesn't matter. Now look, if he grabs my hand down here with his other hand and he starts to peel it and pick his head up. Nope, not that way. Just back out. Yeah, there. Look, now you can drop and penetrate and again, get to that body, right? One of the cool things about wrestling is you can use your opponent's grips against him. And one of the simplest ways to do that is to swim and duck. Okay, look, he grabs both my wrists and a lot of guys are like, I can't do nothing. No problem. Look, swim and duck, break the grip, take the body. It doesn't matter how strong he holds these, right? It doesn't matter because when I dive, I can get my head to the other side. I can use the back of my head to break that grip and come up to the body. No problem. No questions asked. Super, super simple. Do you have a favorite clinch for creating kazushi or setting up your takedowns? Yeah, I like underhook. I like underhook. And one of the ways I get there is when I'm here, I can post and snap in, right? I can post, I can slip, bring his head in, and then go underhook, right? A lot of times when you're out here and you're wrestling and you're changing your stance, you're just gonna get to here, you're gonna move his head and step in, right? Move his head and step in. The idea is when you get that underhook, you also get the belly to belly contact. You gotta get the jelly, right? The jelly, all the soft spot, touching all the jelly, okay? Get that body contact in here, right? Right? Take his head, boom, start moving it, bang. Get that jelly to jelly contact here. Don't fall short and let him stick that hand through and start getting his whizzer in here and playing with an overhook because now he's got some offense, right? I gotta work on clearing that. I gotta hit that leg, pull him, move him, and start doing things which is more than just getting a proper underhook. You could have done it from the very beginning. All right, David, I got you. Sumi, while the guy grabs his legs, we'll get out of the stances, okay? I'm probably boring everybody because nobody likes the fundamental stuff. Everybody likes the fancy stuff, right? People just want to lay some people out even if they lose at jiu-jitsu, as long as they got that one highlight reel, right? Do you use pickups or slew plate? No, I don't. It's not worth it Because if you do too much work in lifting, you're just vulnerable because you got to control them down to the ground. It's too much work. But okay, look. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go into the Sumi first, Sakana. We're gonna go into the Sumi first. He's got my leg. Okay. Now, step number one, always defend your leg. Whizzer inside thigh. Okay. Step number one, go ahead and hold it kind of tight. Yeah, there we go. I want that feedback. Yeah, you want to make sure you guys are attached. Okay, if Frosty holds this nice and loose, and he's just kind of like loosey-goosey in here, and you try to step in and throw him with the Sumi, he's just going to let go. You're going to fall to your back, and you're going to look like a dumbass. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, you want to fight inside this position, and you kind of want to get him to make that commitment here. Okay, and what I'm going to do, go ahead and let go of your hands. The hand, put that one out of the way. Yeah, the hand that's behind, pick your head up. You got that long, the hand that's behind, okay? The one that went from the outside through, I'm going to grab the bottom of it so that I can pull it in nice and tight. And then all I have to do from here, watch your arm, is step, pull his shoulder down, throw him up and over the other side. Okay, and now from here, you're in dead scramble world. Okay, dead scramble world. I don't care what anybody teaches you. Okay, you're in full-on scramble mode at that point. You have to make sure that you get your head above the guy's head you just took down to the ground. Okay? One of the rules of jiu-jitsu, person with the higher head position wins the scramble. Unless you're outclassed by skill and you suck, you were going to lose anyways. So just face it. But hey, at the end of the day, remember, person with the higher head position wins the scramble. So get your head over his head so you can win the scramble. Focus on it. Okay, he's in on the single. The other one that I really don't like is when people grab the lat and the hand. I hate this method because when I grab his hand, he can let go and he can bring it up to my waist, this one. Yeah, and now he can cheat to my back, right? He can cheat to my back because I don't have that hook in, right? I don't have the whizzer in here so that if he lets go and tries to go to my back now, he's actually in front. Now I can hit him with my taio and I can take him down no problem, right? Taio, he steps over kochi. Taio, he steps over ankle pick, right? All that stuff works. Use duck unders when the opponent grabs your neck. Sometimes, yeah. A lot of times, go loosely so you don't hit the mic, but go, yeah. He grabs my neck and he's here. A lot of times I like to do a cartwheel double, which means I shoot high elbow and I start driving. He starts to get his legs back. Boom, right here. And look, I chop that knee, I hit him in the top, I bring him down, we cartwheel off the head position, and then you can pass on to the other side, right? No, Sakana, I wouldn't. I wouldn't move his head to the outside. In an MMA fight, I might, but again, I don't want to give up the back position. It's not worth it to me, right? Because what you're asking is, would I fight his head to the outside to come here? But in jiu-jitsu, in normal rule sets, IBJJF, that kind of stuff, I can't do Sumi now because I've put his head to the outside and I'm endangering him, right? So I can't do that. In MMA, you could, but at the same time, he can let go and now he can start going body locking. A lot of times, guys are going to slip out of that, right? If they really know what they're doing, right? It can work, but like I might as well. If I can put his head to the outside before I even go for that grip, I'm going to go far side hip. Far side hip. So the same side hip that his head's on, right? The whizzer hand is going to go far side hip. So when I pass his head to here and I go far side hip, I'm going to scoot and I'm going to bring him down to the floor. Okay? Using that like Henzo Gracie hook on the inside to control it. Okay? So when I'm here, let's go back a little bit so we don't fall off. I pass his head to that other side. I grab that far hip. I post so I can beat that corner. And now I can go two hands, bringing him right down to the floor and then settling. Even if he rolls out and over the top, I'm going to come up double under. Okay. I'm just getting position in a safe, controlled manner. Okay. Any details on getting and controlling body locks on bigger guys? I mean, if he's a big guy, why are you body locking him? Right? That's problem number one right there. He's a skinny guy. I'm a fat guy.
I can get fat though real quick.
How to punish guard pullers. Just walk past their guard. I do it all the time. Nogi, it's super simple. Just walk past their guard. He has to engage with you, right? So 9 times out of 10, right, if I'm going with a guard player, I overstretch my leg because I'm not going to take a shot because I don't want to shoot into his triangle. I don't want to shoot into his arm lock. I don't want to shoot into his inversion. So I want him to pull, okay? I want him to pull. So when I'm in this position and he goes to pull guard, like he touches and then pulls, that's okay. What you want to do is you want to take your front leg and you want to control their shin, okay? Here. That way when he pulls the back of the knee, right, you can pull back with your hamstring, right? So go ahead and engage. There, he's engaging, right? And now I'm here. All we have to do is we can back step to Kimura. I can keep the leg here. I can back step and I can drive through for my knee cut. I'm here. He's in this position, right? I can pass his head to the other side and I can lock it up. I can take the back with the arm trapped. There's a lot of different like little weird things that you can do from that position, right? And at the end of the day, right, when he pulls, you can kind of tripod sweep. I forget the name of it, so I called it a tripod sweep. But he's down, he's pulled, he's down. You've broken free, you've ran away, right, because you're afraid of the guard puller. And then you come back, right? Here's the clever one. Can you sit like that to the camera? And then cross your feet like you did. When you see that, right, that's a big foot lock thing. A lot of foot lockers do this, right? Because it stops me, the guard passer, from kind of getting into that middle ground, right? If he goes full diamond, it leaves that space open so that you can put that foot there, right? But again, when he goes here, all you have to do, let's go sideways now. There you go. All you have to do is find the shin that's in front, gas pedal, right? Gas pedal, super simple. Now all you have to do is knee cut because my hand, it's gonna dive for this underhook. Here, boom, slide through on that knee cut. Even if he shoots in on your legs, right? Even if he shoots in on your legs and he hooks it, go right for the body. Tight waist in wrestling. Tight waist, shoot that hand all the way through, boom, knee comes through. And now the best he's gonna get is this ankle. Now it leaves open all the back steps, sit back, suck them into the pin, lock it all up, okay? Go buy a John Danaher footlock DVD, go do any of that stuff. Up for it. Right. Whew. Fat guy doesn't move so much. Oh, got to get that Diet Coke. Whoop. Almost dropped it. Oh, there we go. Fix the microphone. Oh, so good. So good. Chris, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Good question. What are some of the best chain wrestling sequences for MMA? Honestly, if you don't have a blast double, the best thing you could probably do is hit him with a running knee tap, okay? So basically what that means is as you're in here and you're throwing all your punches, you throw and you hit him with the knee tap, right? Super simple, especially if that, put your leg forward. I like that leg forward, right? Because when you throw that haymaker, you duck, hit him with the knee tap, run him over, right? You don't see it too often because people always want to knock each other out. But if you go back in the day in MMA, you used to see it all the time. The other one that you see a lot of is just the punching and then the Thai kick, Ashi Barai, Dayashi style foot sweep, right? All those things are a great example. I see something about an option for when people are in on a single leg. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. How to punish guard jumpers without getting disqualified.
I'll forgive you.
Right? Okay. Without getting DQ'd. Sorry, Frosty. All right, here we go. Here we go. Step number one. Step number one. Leave the underhook available, okay? When you're going with a guard jumper and a guard player, the most dangerous part of jiu-jitsu, the thing that you should be the most afraid of, okay? The thing that nobody Nobody that I know of actually teaches, including this guy. We don't teach this because everybody writes it off as like, well, you're not really there anyway, so why pay any importance to it, right? But I'm good at it because of judo. I actually work the transition. The part that nobody actually teaches is the from standing to ground transition, because they don't want to put too much emphasis on the up part. But what if you focus most of your attention on the actual act of him going to the floor so that you could potentially pass, okay? Now, the reason why people don't really jump guard on me is because I play it more than arm's length away, okay? And what that means is when Frosty's getting close to me, he's going to do one of two things to jump guard. He's either going to jump by running at me. So if he runs at me to jump, right, I just move out of the way, no problem. No problem. I raise you a poor scissor takedown. Too many people watching YouTube. You should all be ashamed watching YouTube, trying to learn on YouTube.
That's right.
But the other way is from an engaged position. What's up from Henzo Gracie Middleton? I love it. What's up, Junior? He's 40 years old with 2 bad knees, just got MRI results, 2 meniscus tears. I use long step single taught by Mr. Ron Jones. Thank you. I use a long step single. That confuses me because when you say long step, I'm thinking BJJ. And it's very late in the day. It's 9 o'clock. I've been here since like 7, so I'm not thinking straight. But anyways, let's go back to this guard jumping thing. When I'm doing jiu-jitsu and I'm wrestling, the one thing I will never be is completely tied up with another person. Okay? What I mean by that, and what you guys probably don't do, is you guys probably engage and you're hugging it out, right? Like, go ahead and put your, yeah, let's go over, yeah. And you're like this, and you're like, I'm in here, I'm wrestling, I don't know what to do. Or you guys are like this, I don't know what to do. Or you guys are like this, and you're like, I don't know what to do. That's never me. I'm never that guy. I am always all the way in, working, or I'm all the way out. No middle ground. There's never a middle section, right? Just like I showed you from here, I touch the head, he takes my hand off, boom. I hit him with the drag, I get to the body, right? If he leaves his head there, I move it and I change my stance. He comes back, boom, front headlock. He can't jump guard from here. That's why I like the front headlock position so much, because it keeps the head down and avoids the front headlock, or avoids the jumping guard. The other one is if I am out here and he's grabbing my hand and he peels it and goes like 2-on-1. Yeah, 2-on-1. Yeah, there we go. It's not that hard to start like popping his wrist off and playing from this position, right? So if you're afraid of somebody jumping guard, there's no counter for it. Like, if he wants to jump, he's going to jump. But the trick is to make sure he jumps from more than arm's length, right? The fact that you give all this information out for free with viewer questions is mind-blowing. I'm glad you think so. T-shirts, go buy one. Thank you. Anyways, so I don't want you to think that there's some kind of special technique. It's more of like, how do you set up your takedowns to make sure that they can't jump guard, right? So like one of the things I would always do is when I'm in here and I'm wrestling, I'd be touching the head, I'd be moving, right? I would step and reach, which is like a big no-no. Don't do it. But what it does is it gets him to step back a little bit, and then what I can do is I can change that stance and I can pull that head down and I can start working, okay? You're gonna have to really learn how to gauge that distance to avoid it, right? You wanna stay just outside his range, right? Even if you're in here and you're trying to go 2-on-1, this is one of my favorites. I like that 2-on-1 grip because again, it helps prevent that guy from jumping guard because look, go ahead and stand square. What I do is I take this hand 2-on-1 and I go from outside his body and I pin it down to the center. The reason why is because when your hand is stuck in the center, right, you could do this at home by yourself. Take your own hand and put it in the center of your body and then think about how you would jump guard, right? You're just like, why would I do that? I can't get through my own hand. So when I'm in this position, I'll go forehead to forehead and I won't put it to my center, right? I'm not lining it up with my center because because then he can scoot to the side, right? He can actually beat that corner and get to my legs. I don't want that. So what I do is I go forehead to forehead, and I bring his hand to the center so that he can't jump, and I fight for that. I fight for that position. I use that pipe grip to bring it over, right? So when I'm here, and I got this position, and when he brings that other hand in, yeah, and he starts to peel it, right? Are we all following? I keep hearing a ding, and it's confusing me. Very nice information. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. What's your bread and butter to put somebody down in a street fight? Why would you be fighting on the street? Everybody, like, what is wrong with you people? Guys, I got asked in a podcast one time. We're going to rant here for a second. I got asked in a podcast one time, right? Travis, what would you do in a street fight? I go, guys, the fuck's wrong with you? Street fight. Guys, I got like a $40,000 gym where I can fight anytime I want. Why do I gotta get in a fight in the street? Not to mention, I fight all day. I used to train 5 times a day plus gym workouts. You really think I want to leave work and fight some more? Think about how pissed off I would have to be to get in a street fight. And now, mind you, you get in a street fight with me, you must have like done something like sinister to piss me off that much, right? I don't even bother putting myself in a situation where I could potentially be in a fight, right? Because I'm aware enough as a human being to go, you know what? This situation is getting a little out of hand. I probably shouldn't be here. I'm going to go home because it's not worth my time, right? It's just not worth it, right? Time management, guys. If I get into a street fight and I have to spend 3 hours at a police station explaining why that guy's a dumbass, I can't shoot YouTube videos because I'm stuck at the police station. Life sucks, right? Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you, like, think about, like, what do you do? Call me a name? Like, I got a little bit of self-esteem, right? I don't have low self-esteem. I don't care what you think about me, right? Think about it. I don't care what you think about me. You guys are all here watching me rant on YouTube when I'm supposed to be doing NOGI takedowns for God knows what reason. And we're not even talking about what the thing's supposed to be about because somebody asked a question and it set me off. Because I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I missed the Formers Rutgers thing. I was just about to read it. Maybe some guys want to brag and say, hey, I beat Travis Stevens on a street fight. I mean, hey, my gym, 19 New Salem Street. You want to come try? Doors wide. Hey, we had a guy walk in earlier, guys. Doors open. Well, you, by all means, come on down. I got no problem. Walk right here. We got a nice soft mat. I'll get you to sign a waiver. Okay? No problem. That's my point. Like, why? I know what he means by self-defense, but why are you in that situation? And I understand some things cannot be helped, but the fact that you would take your time to train something that might possibly happen seems ludicrous, when you could be using your time to actually develop your actual skill set, right? To get better at your own personal skill set, rather than thinking in the back of your hand, like, I don't care about beating Frosty, who's in this for the sport, right? I care about learning this thing over here to save me on the street for the situation that should never happen. Because I'm an intelligent human being and I understand when I'm in a bad spot and I can walk away. Oh, crazy people. Crazy people. Crazy. Got it. Chris, good luck putting the kids to bed. I'm glad you like my stuff on Judo Fanatics. Let me know when you get it, which one you get. I'd love to know. What's my bread and butter from a 2-on-1 grip? Do you mean offensively or defensively? I mean, I guess we could do both, right? We could go ahead and do both. Oh, Steve, you missed it last time with the Sasai Nogi. While he does that, right? I'm over, under, right? I grab the lat to pull, body. Look at me, pinch that elbow, body, right? Boom, to the other side, okay? Knock him one way, knock him back the other way, trap the arm. All works, all works. Offensively, 2-on-1, I love it, okay. I let my partner go tie. I let him go tie, okay? Trap, boom, take it off, we go Russian, right? Super simple. If he posts on my head, boom, We take it off, we go Russian. I don't usually like that because it doesn't usually work. It usually gets me punched in the face with the other free hand, so I don't necessarily like it. But you could do it, right? But I like this one, boom. And what happens is, a lot of times, they like to take that hand and push on my neck. Perfect, okay? We're gonna do a couple. One of the ones that I like is to just bump the hand. I step to the side, we bump the hand, we get to the body, we lock it up, okay? So that's number one. I like that one a lot. $5 from a super, thank you for the super chat, Kevin, on the Street Fight Rant. Don't do it, guys. Don't stoop to their level. Be better humans. Be better humans. Look, back to this thing. Okay, step one, he gets that post on the head. He gets that post on the head. Sometimes when I feel like he's taking this arm out, like he's really starting to slip it, I let it go. I pop the elbow. Again, boom, get to the body. Always get to the body. Look, next one. Nope, no hand, no hand. We're here, right? One of the ones I like, split step. Split step. Okay, don't get too physical. Split step, lower that level, look at my shoulder. Boom, hit him. Hit him, put him on his butt. 2 points, put him on his butt. Okay, so that's one. Step two, 2-on-1. 2-on-1, the third one. Well, I guess the first one was like move 1 and move 1A, right? Because it was kind of the same thing, right? So, okay, third one. Third one with a 1A. Okay, we're in this position. Change the grip. So instead of hugging, C grip. Thumb position is what I'm doing here, guys. Thumb position, right? Donkey kick. Donkey kick, okay? Boom, donkey kick. When I do that, I extend out and away. Boom, hand catches the body, change the corner. Hand catches the body, change the corner. We're here. Let's change that angle. We're here. Russian, I change that grip. Boom, catch the body, right? It only works when you're going with non-wrestlers though, okay? Because a lot of you BJJ people just don't know what to do. So you kind of like look at it like you're unsure of it, right? A lot of times you'll be in here and they'll like there, put your leg back. They'll be like that, like idiot, just grab it, right? Some jiu-jitsu guys are like that. They're like idiot, and you just take it. Like they've never had a wrestling class, okay? But that's like actually one of the ones I use all the time because they just get confused and they don't know which leg to put back, okay? So when that happens, take the leg, single, pick them up, put them on their head, call it a day.
Probably not a suplex from there. Just bring him down, whip him down.
From where? From a single leg?
After you do the pull by and you get to the back.
No, you guys missed it, but a long time ago I showed the whip them to the ground, right? So you arm drag, you change, boom. And you kind of like snap the hips back, block the leg, they'll fall down. You guys got to remember that when you're trying to figure out this whole no-gi wrestling thing, right? No-gi judo thing, no-gi takedown game. 80% of people, they want to be on the ground. So the second you break their balance, right? 80% of people want to be on the ground. You break their balance, they'll take that as a, you know what? I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. And they just accept it. The 20% of us will actually fall down and get back up, which is like the 20% more competitive that actually have a wrestling background. They'll actually fight you for it, and that requires a different level. We're talking about how do we get the guy that has no idea what he's doing, and how do we get those people to the ground, okay? My go-to thing to be in an MMA fight, right hand. Boom, I punch super hard. Punch super, super hard, like really hard. I don't know if you know this, but I've used my core and my hips my whole life, and I know how to transfer my weight through my punch using my back leg. Like I know how to push off of it. So right hand.
Consensual MMA fight.
Yeah, he just changed it to say MMA, but all he really cares about is street fight. Right? Like you think I can't read through your bullshit? Like, come on. Come on. What judo-based throw do you think is more worthy to put time in and reps in for beginners and intermediates? This is no gi. I don't have a gi. I can't teach judo. There's no gi. You guys are like those people that go on my Instagram page, right? And you see me teaching judo and you're like, but you can't do that in BJJ. Hey, dumbass, I'm teaching judo. Figure it out. It's like the jiu-jitsu community has this idea that they can just go around the internet telling people things that are wrong even though it doesn't apply to anything you're doing. Once you establish a single leg grip, what high percentage takedowns can you do? I like running the pipe. That's like my go-to, or like a half run to a double, right? Judo is right on the title. I'm wearing a judo gi. You can't tell the difference? I'm doing NOGI. I got no gi. How can I do judo?
That's where the name came from.
Oh.
On the single.
Single. Head to the outside, right? A lot of times when I'm in this position, I just like to pop my shoulder right in his hip. Boom. Knock him down. Super simple. But with that said, I hate having my head to the outside on a single. Okay? I prefer, let's change sides. I prefer my head to the inside on a single. Okay? And for me personally, when I run the pipe, a lot of times I'll run and leave space so that when I pull him, I can blast him with that double. Okay? But if you're not that physical, or that strong, and you need something a little bit more technical, okay, a little bit more technical, and you actually get to his leg and you are here, number one thing, in a street fight, should I shoot in? Never mind, getting my judo membership tomorrow. Why would you get a judo membership for a street fight? Did everybody take crazy pills today?
I think it's a full moon.
Is that what it is? Is it a full moon outside and you guys are all going nuts? Okay, look. Look, right here on his calf. This is hard to see, but look. I'm going to try to get here on the white wall. Okay. If I put my hand up here by his knee, Frosty can bend and then kick down. Boom. He gets out, right? Look, when I'm down here by his calf and his ankle, when he hamstring curls, there's almost nothing there. Even if I put it at arm's range, right? I can keep it up there. So when you're in this position, try to take your hand down and overlay it, okay? Overlay it. This is my favorite grip. I get in and look at my hand. I swim it. My whole arm is touching his leg. I get to here. Now what I like to do is I like to pop it up and holster it, okay? Holster it. Okay, now you can go down and you can pick it up and you can just kind of just walk him off into Never Never Land, right? Super simple. It's not that hard. And now look, I'm going to show you guys something tricky, something super tricky. So if you're going with a big guy, like a big dude, okay, you're like for me, if I say big guy, I'm thinking like 240, 250, 260 plus. And he's like, so if you're like a $140, that means you're training with me because I'm like 220, 230, 280. I'm somewhere in that range. But look, you get in on that single, you get in on that, no, keep your leg down, and you're like, I got in. And this guy's like, I ain't having it. He whizzers, and he's like hipping into you, and he's like, nope. And you're like, I'm getting broken down. Okay, I get it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go inside the knee, up to the waist. Inside the knee, up to the waist. I'm gonna drive in so I can pick my knee up and put it down, okay? I'm here, I'm leaning into him. He's got a good, strong whizzer, right? I transition my hand, I drive up, I put it down. Now, what I'm gonna do, go ahead and stand up. Now check this out. Just stand up normal, no whizzer. Look, there's a gap right here behind my knee and his leg, right? All I'm gonna do is knee slide. And I'm gonna take him out. Okay, so check this out. Let's go facing them.
Yep.
I take my shot. Boom, I get in on my leg. I'm holding on to it for dear life. I'm like, boom, I get up to the waist. I drive, I put my knee down. I grab his waist on the far side over here. I'm holding that inside knee. Boom, put him down to the floor. Super simple, come up in your leg drag, take down the big fat guys at your club. Super simple, super simple. Former Rutgers coach taught me long step, single leg at Henzo's. No knee slide on the mat. I'm 40 BJJ guy learning wrestling. What do you recommend? Man, I'm telling you, front headlock. All day front headlock, right? Here's another one, guys. Here's another one that you guys can do. Again, I'm going super simple, right? We're going bare bones, meaning the guy I'm going with, he's got like a little, he's feeling frisky. and he wants to stand up, right? He's feeling frisky and wants to stand up. I'm not going with an All-American. I'm not going with a guy that wrestled at Nationals or medaled at Fargo or anything like that. We're going, this guy learned how to do stand-up at his jiu-jitsu school or at his judo school, okay? So look, this is what we got. I'm gonna go 2-on-1 grip because I like it. I like it. It's super simple, and it confuses people all the time. I don't know why, but look, go ahead and give me some resistance, yeah, and play defense, yeah. So what we're gonna do when we're in this position is while I'm forehead to forehead and I'm here, I'm gonna duck, duck and go, duck and go. Right past you, right past you. It's crazy how much leverage you have. You push into him, you're pushing into him, you have your 2-on-1, step, and now look, when I turn my shoulder, look how it pulls him off base. So when I pull him past, now I can get to the body. It works like a charm. I don't know if anybody saw this on like AKA or Dan Cormier's like Instagram, but a guy does this in like an actual live sparring session at AKA, right? He goes 2-on-1 and he basically snaps and whips and throws the guy to the ground. It works like a charm. When you're here, right, and he's posting, even if he's not posting and you can just go 2-on-1, like you can get them to step and take your shot without ever moving your feet, right? Super simple movement, super simple. Everyone is freaking out. There's riots going on. People getting into street fights. I don't know what that has to do with YouTube and NOGI takedowns, but okay. Thank you so much. I really am doing 2-on-1 and Russian ties. You're welcome. Why? You're welcome. Dude, Chris, I love the front headlock for NOGI grappling. I love it. It's like my thing. And it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. But guys, that's all we have time for today. Okay, we got started a little bit late, had some technical difficulties. Computer decided to restart from Apple. So for these guys that don't know, and you weren't here earlier, I got some t-shirts, judosilencer.com. Hashtag jiu-jitsu is easy. Okay, let's dumb down the sport. Let's keep it simple and make sure everybody gets better faster. Okay, so hashtag jiu-jitsu is easy t-shirts. The other one we got is coffee and medals. The two important things in this world, coffee and medals, right? Let's do it. T-shirts, tank tops, iPhone cases, all right here, judosilencer.com. They're like 25 bucks. It's like the minimum I could charge that the thing would allow me to do. Also, I'm giving away free stuff from Fuji Sports and Hadashita Sports. So if you're looking for a new jiu-jitsu gi, right, you're looking for a new one, go to fujisports.com, scroll down, okay, and make sure you click on the thing that says free gi giveaway and put your information in. You can also do the same thing on hadashitasports.com, okay? You can scroll down, check it out. Also, this Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be right here. Camera won't be crooked. I promise. Computer will be fixed. Okay? But I'm going to be doing a Newaza session where we're going to be talking about transition, defending throws, how to turn people over, how to sink chokes in, how to get the arm bar. Okay? All stuff judo related. So if you guys want, I'll come in, stop by that. All you BJJ guys could learn something from a judo guy. You could learn how to speed up your Newaza, learn how to power through some things, learn some 1-2 combinations so that you don't have to sit around looking for the same thing for 40 minutes on your butt. All possibilities. Okay, so make sure you guys check that out. And until next time, this Sunday, make sure you guys are there.
I saw you, Big Whoa Whoa.
Big Whoa Whoa! What's up?